Yeah.
Oh,
Just quick testing, I think we're actually on though. So hopefully anybody else is stuck in here.
you said this game is a classic, so it's good that you're helping me commentate. I would be so lost.
I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be lost too, but we lost.
Lost together.
Yeah.
Nice.
I do say that this game is a classic, uh, for basically every game, as my way of obscuring spoilers. However, this game has definitely shown up in MT before.
Yeah, this might be a flashback submission. It's an absolute classic. Legitimately. I've seen this race a bunch of times.
I'm gonna go check on Speedrun Live for when it matters. One, two. Oh, we have a second page. That's how many times this has been raced.
Yeah, it's really a huge classic in the racing community. Only the racing community, otherwise I've never heard of this anywhere else.
Absolutely not. I don't think you're gonna be seeing this on GDQ. Oh, you know what it is? They did a long play. They went through the first two worlds, and for some reason World 4, then World 3, World 5. So there haven't been as many races as I first thought.
Uh, I know the reason, the game is impossible. That's why they
Oh
needed
yeah.
to split it.
For anybody who's not already on the Discord, been part of the community, and is catching one of these races on Twitch or more often YouTube is who I'm targeting here. We do have a Discord, and we do have races both for Mystery Tournament that you can join. You can join this race if you're quick enough. You won't be quick enough, but you can join any Mystery Tournament race. And we do also just have like off-season weekly blinds. We're having a conversation a day about racing whatever shows up in the Epic Game Store as free. We're very welcoming, and it's all year, all time.
Yeah, more people should do the casual races. Like, you don't need to wait for Mystery Tournament to race a game. Racing games is fun.
I know for me, like, my intro to this community was things like games giving, where people were giving games without having the testing that we do for Mystery Tournament. Fun and Fun Fest 1 and 2, where they were more team oriented and points oriented. Mystery Tournament is just one of the things we do, and we've been doing it. This is Mystery Tournament 18. The golf themed, and we finally got our second golf game, I think, if Void Golf is considered a golf game, earlier today.
I think we can consider that a golf game. It's not a traditional golf game, but it's still putting the ball in the hole. Yes, it counts.
I mean, I argued that something was a sewer level because it had green water, and that was like the only defining feature, but it was like the only hazard in the level, which is usually what sewer games are. So I think we can be minimalist. It has golf in the name, so
Yeah, it has golf in the name. It has to be a golf game.
okay. Our top comments say it definitely isn't a golf game, and it doesn't get more golf. So nice. Looks like both racers are in, as is everybody, so we should be able to reveal the game here shortly.
The races did a lot of that fun thing where they put the game in the stream and then they moved it around a lot, so I have to keep recropping. I think we should be okay now.
You guys figure it out. Oh no, somebody else joined me. Welcome to Glasskeeper Glabis. This is a MT classic at this point. It is a very difficult game, and we'll figure out what more we know about the game from there. I could not tell you, FFAO, this game has its own music, and my suspicion is it might, and it will be garbage.
That is a good question. I don't hear anything from DraconicDon stream. Or from Bohemico, so I guess we'll just keep Rainway. Yeah.
Predictions in chat, by the way. I need somebody to counterbalance my large prediction on one racer or another. As a commentator, I can't say which way, but it might be a bit suspicious that one currently has 20k and the other person doesn't. I think this should be a good race. Bohemico, I think I immediately underestimated last year when he first joined MT because his nose profile picture didn't give me the immediate feeling that he was going to go fast, but noses can be runny, and he's definitely speed runny.
Noses can be runny, you heard it here first.
DraconicDon is one of those like hidden bosses. I think we didn't necessarily catch the cards very much, but is definitely one of those guys who's over 50%, and if you forget about him or you're underestimating him, he's going to beat you. He's very quick.
That's 65% actually, quite a respectable record. 15-8.
Yeah. Welcome to Glasskeeper Glabis. This is a game where you knock blocks around. Unfortunately, as DraconicDon is immediately realizing, the blocks are glass, and if you drop them from any sort of height, they will break. And if I recall, this game does like to try and soft lock you. It doesn't have much love. DraconicDon's also found the make a bigger block button, which, as we saw from Bohemico, isn't necessary to beat this particular level, but will be important.
These are just at tutorial levels to teach controls that will get really hard really quick.
Yeah, I'm just even just like this first state, like there aren't that many options to do. You can make a big block, which makes you feel bad, or you can just drop something into the pit, which immediately breaks. DraconicDon showing us how to do it.
Apparently you have to break some blocks. Didn't see how broke those.
What is this on the rainwave? It feels like I'm getting nutcrackered.
I mean, the overlay, I never know if the overlay actually matches the song that it's playing, but it's saying the Blade Chronicles.
Oh, yeah. Xenoblade Chronicles is like one of those go-tos that I have for when like, I don't know what the music is, so that adds up. Okay, Bohemico has found step 1 of level 2, while DraconicDon has made it down to the first purple and now needs to make it back up.
block the way to the other purple, and that's good.
A good decision there from Bohemico to use the undo instead of using the restart. I think that's actually a pretty crucial thing with these sort of like difficult puzzle games, is being able to just look at the your game state and go, I need to restart immediately because I've soft locked, or I need to undo. And sometimes a lot of undos is still going to be better than restarting.
A common trend in Mystery Tournament, seeing people being one move away from the solution, then restarting the level.
I tested a game today and I did precisely that, because I came back to it. I was like, I think I've been in this state, and then I just walked to the finish.
Okay. Famous just walk to the finish.
Yeah, so this isn't gonna work, Don. You can't just drop stuff into the pit, but you can drop yourself into the pit. I think you can stack like high enough to then drop a block onto this. Nope. I had the same idea as DraconicDon. It's not the solution. At least.
How did the mechanics work actually? Can you create a block and then kick it into that 2 wide block to break it, or that just create a bigger?
Yeah, there we go. Oh.
Oh, that works.
Yeah, but Bohemico just cheating. He's not having as much fun as DraconicDon because he's going faster and found
I mean, the level is
kicking.
designed to teach you that you can do that, right? You're forced to kick a block into the bigger block and to break it.
And then just repeating the action worked.
Yeah.
I had the same idea, and I'm gonna declare it's the intended solution of making a big staircase to drop on the last block. But it's always curious with these sort of puzzle games, like which lessons the players learn. I was recently watching a friend play Baba Is You, and they just never learned what shut meant, because they just continue to find more and more convoluted ways of breaking poor Hempuli's game. And eventually they reached a level where it was very much necessary, and it took them a while, because they just... with this, there's a lot of mechanics going on here. It's kind of impressive, like how much like the same few moves that you have kind of add up together. Andy just saying it's goofy, fire, and ice. You're not wrong. Almost every game is goofy, fire, and ice, though.
So here, DraconicDon can do the breaking thing again, I think. Didn't learn how to do that.
I like Bohemico's position. It looks really healthy, but you need to be able to destroy. Yeah.
So this is where not learning how to do that is really hurting DraconicDon.
Well, so DraconicDon knows to kick block, destroy block. He just didn't internalize it to the extent that Bohemico did, who very much is gonna use it as his favorite solution to everything. There we go. It's also curious that you can like step onto the purple thing if it's your final finish, even if it's on a spike.
I mean, you kind of have to, otherwise this looks unsolvable.
Yeah. This level looks similar to one that we've already had. Yeah, you guys are missing the genre. There's golf and fire and ice for sure, but lawnmower's an exception, right? Got at least 3. We'll see if we can find a 4th. Shouldn't take too much more for DraconicDon. The only issue is you can't really drop stuff into this pit. because it, as far as I know, should break. I don't think spikes make things easier to drop things on.
Can you jump the gap and fall into the...
I don't believe so. Yeah, I was gonna say, I think Don's having some stream issues.
Pretty much
Oh.
tied.
Yeah, if Don goes off to the left, well now he's reset, so, but same idea with Bohemico. If you get the one on the left and then start kicking into the long stick, perhaps also just not making a particularly long stick to start, you should have enough. Like just kick it now and then you can destroy it later. Bohemico's got it. Give yourself a floor, bump it up, kick. Oh, that's not enough.
Huh.
Not enough leeway.
You need at least 2 spaces.
Yeah, Bohemico, who's definitely enjoys kicking as his go-to solution, is gonna learn this lesson. I'm curious if this is a lesson the game is intending you to learn here, but knowing the distance might be helpful in the future. Okay, shorter block here, which he can then kick away, means it will be further away from the wall. As long as he can get over the actual spike, which is some of the issue. Okay, what's your plan, Don?
The other way?
Yeah, Bohemico's tried to destroy it from the other side, which notably isn't much for like resolving the solution. I think they can like just work with the 3 block instead of the 4 block that they currently have, and that will change the math. But oh well, no, it starts as a 4 block. They're not. If they could like potentially at some point here early in the puzzle just make the block one smaller, like in this position Bohemico's in currently. Just push the block. Well, if you push it you lose, but yeah, here you go.
Oh, nice.
This should be a solve here from Bohemico. No, you had it. Just kick it harder though. Why did it not go all the way to the wall like I thought it would?
I think it has to do with being a bigger block.
Oh, okay. Bohemico finds a workaround. Yeah, for like these really like simple looking situations, it ends up being like that was like 4 or 5 puzzles, or at least 4 or 5 steps to get to that solution. You really have to like be planning ahead, and in MT when you're trying to go fast, that's really hard sometimes. Okay.
Dawn is also close. Has the correct final.
No, don't in the pit, but no, you got a diving board. Make the diving board. No. That's that. You just need to undo it. Yeah, you have it. Solution on screen. Okay, he's missed the fact that he could make a diving board off the right side and then just jump down. Here we go. No. Okay. Meanwhile, on Bohemico's side, he's jumped into a pit, but He's finished the first half of the puzzle, and the second half is like one of those tricky puzzles where it looks very similar to the first half, but it's gonna have a completely different solution for some reason.
Those games like to.
Yeah. I feel like with puzzle games, it's often you versus how clever the creator of the game feels. And I feel like whoever made this game felt tremendously clever, because making the puzzle is like their puzzle. Okay, Draconic Dawn has somewhere in his undos. I'm not sure if you can go forward, but was very close to the solution. Just need to make a little diving board to jump down to the second purple, but is now back to a game state where the first purple's on the screen. So, Bohemico, if he can beat this level, and he looks close, but it's a puzzle game. He could be here 10 minutes. Could take a actually pretty significant lead, like two levels. Can be a lot of time.
If it's a puzzle game and you look close, it could either actually be close or be extremely far away.
Surprised, by the way, we're playing 20 levels of this. For MT, 20 levels is usually like you're expecting about 2 minutes per level. And I guess some of these levels, like a lot of these levels, will end up being about 2 minutes. But this game is like really quite likely to wall you, and so it's probably gonna be more along the lines of an hour. These levels aren't gonna get easier as we go into World 2.
So yeah, the last time we had this game, we went to time. I'm hoping it doesn't. These are good players, so maybe it won't.
Yeah, and I think Draconic Dawn's one of those like all-rounders. So even like good puzzle players with both just trying to beat the game as quickly as possible, and because puzzle games are hard, this one definitely included in that, they get walled. Like, okay, this is a winning state here for Dawn. He just needs to put a 2 block and then jump on top of it and then jump down.
Give Dawn all of your diving board energy shot.
You can get this back to where it was. Don had the same idea which I did. I can't really blame him here of wanting to go off the left side. But at least Bohemico found the solution by doing it on the right side, and he's there. He just needs to put out a 2 and then walk on top of it. Oh yeah, I have drawing abilities. What am I doing? Hey Don, can you get back to the same state you were in previously so I can show what you're meant to do? Okay, thanks. Okay, so from here, Don can push blocks into here, and then he wants to just draw a 2er right here, and then jump off into the pit. He doesn't want to do this. Whatever he, clearing everything is... Oh no, he's just skipped the level. So he's gonna come back to it, presumably. I'm not sure if he has to before this world, or if he can do it at the end of this race. But as far as I can tell, I don't think Don beat that level before he progressed to 1.8.
Generally, if there is no specified order in the pace bin, you can do levels in any order. I don't know if there is, because I didn't read the pace bin like any good broadcaster.
No, it's a good technique, especially if you're like getting tilted. It's the sort of thing I wish I could do in platformers. Like, I had my race recently, and I knew that the level I was on couldn't like the game I don't think was gonna get harder. I just got stuck on that level. I would have loved to progress and continue the race. But most games don't give you that option. It's really just puzzle games.
So often I'll skip a level in a puzzle game and then I'll come back and I'll go, wait, this is so easy. Why was it all?
And that's the way it definitely is when you're not racing, right? Like I've already mentioned Baba Z, but like that's the perfect. You stare at a level for literally an hour. You sleep for 8 hours, and then you're good to go. You solve it in 2 minutes once you open up the game again. But these racers don't have 9 hours to spend on a puzzle, so skipping ahead, playing more of this very difficult game, and then coming back to it is a decent compromise. Yeah, I'm not sure, Nico. And if you might actually be more of an expert on this because you judge races. When you go to time, do you do it as the most levels completed, or do you do it as like the last level that wasn't completed? Because like
It's like a bit controversial. It's the reason why I don't like allowing skipping levels that much. But really the problem is just race going to time. Because if you're skipping a level, maybe it's not the best strategy for completing the goal, and the racers should be doing their best to work towards the goal instead of just farming levels for potential time call.
for anybody walking in, Don is not ahead of Bohemico. He has now skipped 1-7 and 1-8, while Bohemico is on his biggest wall so far. I want to call it a crux, but I know that these levels aren't getting much easier, except for 1-9, which looks incredibly straightforward for some reason. Okay, so we can't unlock 110 anyways. DraconicDon is going to have to complete one of these levels to proceed.
Yeah, that makes a bit better. I mean, just to finish the reasoning, I think for this race, if you're a mod, you pretty much have to go for most level clears. Like, there's no other way to do it.
Yeah. I don't think we're going to be anywhere close to this situation. Bohemico sits here for an hour and 10 minutes and can't figure out this puzzle. We're gonna have a fun cast, I'll say that. Okay, John. So you're gonna walk down here. You're gonna kick blocks this way. You're gonna build a diving board, and then you're gonna jump down the pit. Have fun. Yeah, just nope. Come back. Okay. Unfortunately, I can't do the same for Bohemico because this puzzle is hard. Oh, okay. So Kirby's saying that they're only one step away, but I had not seen it so far.
I don't actually know how to sell it.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest issue, right, is it's need to find. No, what are you doing? The biggest issue with this particular level is like how do you destroy the big stick? Because the big stick is impossible to kill if you are trying to kick blocks at it, for example. I feel like gravity is really the only answer, but like once you destroy these blocks, it goes down one at a time, and that doesn't destroy the big stick. So making a oh, you can just kick the big platform? That seems like something he should have already done.
So the chat is saying that do not actually need to destroy the big stick. You can just kick it out of the way.
Oh, yeah, just do this. Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you, Bohemico, for the example. Yeah, I was offering a solution that I was struggling to parse through because I thought it was impossible. I thought Bohemico had already tried that, to be honest. I think he did. Okay, so Bohemico should make progression here because this is a tutorial level on putting blocks on blocks. And did Don beat 1-7? Was that
Yes.
Tank Pro? Yeah, good. I think this should be easier for Don than even Bohemico made it look. No, never mind. He's immediately falling for the catch of the puzzle, which is wanting to make the big stick fall.
I remember 110 because the last race was here for a very long time, but I don't remember what the actual solution.
Yeah, so the only place you can drop big blocks from is the middle. But how do you get too high up in the middle? Like right here, Bohemico's in a spot where he got one of them because he built a staircase, but then like you can't jump down to that purple because then you're just stuck there potentially. It might not actually be true. You might just need to jump down there and then slowly work your way back up. But Bohemico is, I think, considering options at this point. He's made the same thing 3 times though, so I'd like to see him just push forward and jump down there. Well, no, this doesn't work.
The previous time
You
he
need to
had
find the, yeah, there you go. And now you can make a staircase back up. That looked like it. He just wishes that block wasn't there.
Sir Nico says in the chat that that block needs to be a 2 wide block instead of 2 1x1s, so it's kickable.
And Bohemico, I mean, I think is listen to chat, because that's a I think a solve. Give him a little bit of time. JK. It is always interesting with these puzzle games that, like, this isn't really a great example of it, but like have some platforming or just like are finicky and you can lose time to just miss inputs and whatnot, but given the quick undo button, here we go.
Oh, well, pretty fast.
Yeah, and given that DraconicDon hasn't really accelerated, he's found himself on the level that gave Bohemico a ton of trouble. Yeah, I wouldn't jump down there. Bohemico, just my first instinct. This might be a very significant lead. It's only a few levels, but like these are not easy levels. And yeah, DraconicDon's just not on the right idea currently. He's going with the idea of like trying to destroy this big block by dropping it from a great height when destroying it isn't necessary. Oh. Nico, how bad is the music otherwise? Because we have been listening to the Rainwave, and I have had no issues with it. Okay, here we go. Nope. So, DraconicDon is in a spot where he could learn from this if he can destroy that one last block that's lodged into the corner. That was right here. He can then kick the big block and finish this off. Easier said than done, though. Here we go. And back up. Nope. You're gonna... That's definitely not it, buddy. This works. No, it doesn't work. You've made the same problem. This can't be here. But hopefully he just undoes and doesn't restart, because you definitely don't want to do the first part of this level again. Meanwhile, Bohemico, as our leader, is getting quite close. He's gotten 2 of the 3 purples here, and just needs to find a way to not trap himself. JK, he's gone all the way back to the start, which is sometimes a necessary evil in this game, so.
I don't know what Don is said everything.
Yeah, if he builds a big staircase here, he should be able to drop a block. Yeah, come in. Nope. Nope. So Bohemico trying to decide where he's gonna destroy the big block from. And really, I thought the biggest part with this 2-3 is the sequencing. Like, if you go all the way down, so you go down here. Let's go to DraconicDon. If you go down here, can you make it back up? I think the answer is easily yes, but the answer actually looks like it might be no. But you can't get the other one. You have to get back up, so you need to figure out how to do this no matter what.
There has to be a way, we don't know what the way is.
Yeah, because these are spikes.
You can destroy that block
Yeah,
in the way?
the answer is going to be destroy this block, presumably. And then jump into the pit.
For the other side, yes.
I mean,
Oh, you should be able to get back up easily?
I like Bohemico. I don't know if he necessarily has to destroy the blocks up there to have a successful climb. But it definitely like saves him the 30 seconds of having to redo this if he did. He's still playing heads up despite the fact that this puzzle is definitely draining. The villain here currently is this block, which is ruining all of the fun staircase plans. You'd love to build a staircase like this, but then you would be able to climb your own staircase.
Wondering if you can break that big block from the side instead of from the top.
I really like this romantically. It looks like a solution to a puzzle. I do not know if it's a solution to this puzzle.
Yeah, now I can break it from the side.
Yeah. And by destroying this, yeah, no, just put a block in there. Yeah, this works too. Okay, DraconicDon is progressing, 2-1. He's gone through all the nasty walls, and he could make pace here. Nothing that's coming up for Dawn has been a big wall for Bohemico, and nothing's looked harder than the walls that did wall them. like 1-8, 1-9. This level from Bohemico looks tricky, but like I don't think there's that many permutations. It might just be a sequencing concern. On Don's side, did it go down? Okay.
Yeah, now I need to figure out how to fresh.
Ugh. Nico, I don't like those words that you say. We have to kick orbs? That's actually just good. Oh, Bohemico has learned the lesson. It completely,
Oh.
it kind of had to, right? Because you got these two spikes. You can't pick up this and this, because these two spikes are making it impossible for that to be a solution.
I was
Don has
wondering.
acceleration, man. He's
Ooh, 2-3.
catching up. And this is true, like, with a lot of good MT racers and DraconicDon with the 65. Even someone like Maurice, who like can win this whole thing, and do so with like actual odds, still has the issue of like starting a game slowly or getting walled on a level. The reason why the best racers are the best racers is when they are in go mode, it looks unbeatable. And Draconic Dawn, unless he finds a new wall, looks to be in a really healthy spot. Like he's just making good speed here. It's gonna be on Bohemico to. Yeah, Bohemico's got this. Yeah. Hold W. I am highly suspicious about this level, because the first instinct Bohemico had the same one. I'm like, oh, just put a block here and climb it. And I'm pretty sure for some reason that screws you over. I do not know why, but there's no world that this is not a complicated puzzle that you need to.
I mean, you die, you have to get the one
Oh,
last.
that's why.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you have to get last. Okay, so you gotta go down here. Yeah, but like don't put the block there now. For some reason, you can just do it later, and to do it now would risk everything. Finishes, or I shouldn't say plural, but a finish has come in from a non-racer. Given that we know that this similar sort of goal had people forfeiting and going to time last time this was run back in MT16, that's going to be a bit of something that I think these players honestly know that they can ignore. It's just so fast that there really wasn't the opportunity for them to be able to compete with that. And good job, half BC, goodness. I think if we go down and get that purple, we die currently. So pulling out the diving board and cleaning this up here is smart. Now can you go down there?
I
Don't
think I need
undo.
to put a block on top of that left spike first. Otherwise, how to back up?
I haven't internalized the staircase and like how many spaces you need to do so. Draconic meanwhile has just made a bit of a mess. Should be able to like push these blocks into the pit and like unmess it and then go from there.
I thought
But
it
you actually
basically
do want.
solved earlier. It not wanting to break blocks from the side again. Okay.
Yeah, this looks incredibly healthy.
Break everything in. Both.
Hold W, press the block. Good man. Yeah. What chat was saying, and it's quite evident, is you need to figure out a mechanic that allows for this to exist. And Don finds it. I do also like the sequencing here. It looks really natural to do what Don is doing. He can even jump down here and still be fine. This is very quick, actually, if this is a solve.
Yeah, I think so.
Don't look now, they're both on 2-5. Bohemico definitely has the knowledge advantage, but in a game like Glasskeeper, what is it, Glabis? Like, he's been on this level long enough that most of the thoughts he's either gone through or they're just traps. Like, there is a much bigger potential that Dawn finishes in the next 2 minutes than Bohemico does.
Dawn has just been tearing through these earlier levels, so has the momentum for him. Wow,
Yeah, this looks so good for Dawn.
that's a solve.
Yeah, walk it up. No.
No.
I don't know how touchy this game is, but both of our racers, when they get excited, end up in positions where... Yeah, so Bohemico, the issue here is you want to put block here, and then once that block's there, you can put a block here. Presumably to do that, you need to drop a ice that breaks, and so then the other one can fall in. But that realization that Don had, and doing so very quickly, isn't natural. That's very much a tremendous showing of skill on his side.
Definitely don't get a 65% win by accident.
I like what's going on here. I don't know if it's right on Don's side, but it looks like it should be. It doesn't mean it is, but is there not a retry button? Has Don just been menuing weirdly every time?
You liked it, Dawn didn't like it. This has always retry. I mean, it even has undo. Why wouldn't have retry? Maybe he's just doing a secret gamer strat of unbinding retry so you don't accidentally retry a solved level.
Oh goodness, I know it from Trackmania. There we. I know. I thought that was gonna be it for Bohemico, but the block there isn't surviving because you need to put another block on top of it, and then that will survive. then also need to be able to get back. Okay, here we go from Bohemico. This looks healthy. Meanwhile, Don might be skipping 2-6. No, he's just using it as a way to retry. I know it from Trackmania though, where the like press F to forfeit or whatever it is. Retry is like a thing that players are like very likely to do because they do it in their regular races a lot. But if you accidentally just forfeit the race, you're just out for the whole event, and it's super sad. In Mystery Tournament, we see it with the escape button. A lot of these freeware games just have an escape button that like takes you out of the game, and then there's no saves.
So if you're competing in Mystery Tournament, that'd be a good idea to buy a new keyboard that doesn't have an S button.
Oh, I need to update a paste bin. I forgot that the game I was playing before this came on makes you slam like shift as just like jump for some reason. Instead of like a real button like spacebar. And I forgot to tell the paste bin sticky keys. The crime that is sticky keys is something you should definitely turn off for that particular game. We see progress there from Dawn, and I think a really quick start again. Now, how do you progress from this position? I think the only option, as far as I see, is go off to the right and then kick the stick and see what happens. But or this wasn't one of my ideas.
They have 2 orbs on top of spikes on the bottom. I'll get those.
Ah, that's true. Dawn finding the real reset, dying. We had a lead change, and I think if things go smoothly, Dawn will win this. He's just had so much pace. But if it comes down to who gets walled less, Bohemico's been less defeated by the hardest of levels. The levels should be hard. This is a hard game and we're only getting further into it, but honestly, we've seen a lot of inconsistency between levels. Like, why was 1-8 so much harder than 1-10?
Why was 1-9 trivial?
Yeah. We're also reaching what I consider the time of your brain being melted. About 45 minutes, 50 minutes in is when I consider like all of the chemicals in your brain that let you do puzzles have been used up, and now it's just pure grit that gets you through. And even like these like tiny levels, these really small levels, like the one that Bohemico's on, really insult you when it just like there can't be that many options. The level's tiny, and no, it's actually got plenty of options and plenty of ways to screw up. That was really close, by the way. If Bohemico could just put another block on top of the block that that exists, I think. There you go. Good man.
Such a close race. Dawn is apparently not realizing that if he kicks this orb, it's his soft lock. Like, this position, he's already lost.
Yeah. I can draw it. We have the capabilities. Yeah, so the issue that both players have is this is 1 spike, this is 2 spikes. 2 spikes is too many. And this is one solution, I guess, is just grab both of them at the same time in one fall. But you can't get, yeah, Dawn still is, like, no matter what he thinks he's doing here, this is not solvable.
Why did Bohemico kick the sphere away instead of just collecting it? I don't understand. Just get the orb.
Okay, so grab that, and now what? Whee! That was fun.
Make a staircase here.
Yeah, so we can make a. Yeah, this looks solved,
This is
to be honest,
basically
for
solved.
Bohemico.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know why he's coming from this direction. It makes it. Yeah, what you've done is what I would call a schoolboy error there. You've got more space on the right side, and now you have to like do this extra thing of adding another block
Yeah, just come
and
from the other side.
destroy a bunch of stuff. But Bohemico loves kicking blocks. He'll do this 5 times and be solved. Meanwhile, DraconicDon, this game is just really hard. There's nothing that we can say that's gonna make this game easier, or these players better or worse. Like, this is just a really hard game. This is just like of the walls to run into, putting yourself in an impossible spot immediately and then just not really internalizing that is potentially like race losing at this point because we're so late into the race. This level's really easy. What the heck? Bohemico just clears it, but I'm not sure what the what the catch was meant to be in that level. This one looks more testing. You're gonna be dropping blocks down here on, yeah. The left side is slightly different. You've got this block up here, but if you can do it in the alleyway, like if kicking blocks through here worked, it doesn't because it's still too much of a drop, but
I mean, you can put a 2x1 there and then destroy the 2x1's right side.
oh, okay. So yeah, you do this, right? You put a block down here from here, and then you climb back up and then put a block here and then kick it. Destroy this and
Oh, apparently Sir Nico says you need to kick the middle orb left instead of collecting it. So Bohemico's instincts in the previous level of not collecting an orb are actually the right thing to do here. So funny.
okay. So here's the step 1. But can we get away with this? No. Because this block being here. Huh. I don't want to think. It's not my job. It's not the racer's job. It's chat's job.
I mean, Chad already said the solution. You need to use the orb as a bridge. This is crazy.
It's actually wild. Okay. Bohemico's found my favorite solution, which is putting the finished goal in its jail cell. Punish it for its behavior. Dawn looks close in idea and looks really far away in execution. Okay. Bohemico is at that concerning point in any puzzle race where you start doing the same thing over and over again. And he responds well. He stops to think. Moving your character for some reason takes up like a level of your energy. And stopping to think here is probably not gonna find him the solution that he needs to keep this bridge. But if he chills long enough and doesn't grab that, you can. No.
Has the potential to be a big wall because that is not intuitive. Like you have
Yeah.
an orb standing right there in the middle and you're not supposed to get it.
Yeah, and the weird thing is Dawn is like run through things that are not intuitive and then gotten walled in other places. This is a race to 2-10. And 2-10, just from what chat said, is also a toughie. So
This race is definitely not over.
yeah, and it's been close the whole time. I think Bohemico's generally had a lead. We did have one lead change, but lead changes are deceptive stat here. Dawn's been just slowly trailing behind, and it's been a speed versus acceleration, a rabbit versus a rabbit who is also going fast, but like in a different way. Okay, we're at 54 minutes. With misreturnment races, the submission sheet asks if you can do so, choose a race that will take 30 to 60 minutes. Races do go longer than that, but when you start seeing that you're approaching the hour, you've got to have the thought in your mind that your opponent is on the last level. They're in the same spot that you are. They're definitely not behind you. And while that might not be the case, it's just like by the nature of just knowing how long races take, players start getting nervous and acting in a way that they wouldn't if they didn't think the race was so close.
We also already had 2 finishes from races not in the actual match. If you're paying attention to IRC, that can make you nervous.
I mean, those two have been joining races and consistently putting up great times. But these racers don't necessarily. No, my suspicion is Dawn doesn't know that Half Beastie and Fabs are actually like dark horses to do really well, top 8 in this tournament, just based on like how quick they've been both in their like actual races and then just joining races.
In this game,
what is this song? Is it Silent Hill? I just heard dogs and I assume that.
Silent Hill is always a good guess, but no, it's saying Clover.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Bohemico's just not making the large jump. We would do better FFAO because we have chat on our side, but these racers do not. All they have info-wise is their pace spin and 2 people who beat this game a lot quicker than they did.
If you go by historical information on last MT's race, if they finished the goal, they're already doing amazing.
Yeah. Last time to note, we had Maurice with 35 minutes, which is in the ballpark of our quick racers. Everybody else finished either like about now, or like slower than the race or forfeited. So yeah, I don't know if any other people are racing along. We're gonna see more times come through, but this is been a heroic effort here from both racers, and it's just like a small thing is a big thing because this game's mean. Bohemico's just not undoing far enough back, which is, again, there's so many traps in puzzle games, but this is this is the big one where you can spend as much time looking at this game state as you want, but this isn't solvable. So, you know what is solvable? 2-8. I saw that DraconicDon. It looked like they skipped 2-6 off their hub world. So this might not actually be a tied race currently, but I'm not 100% confident because they only showed for 2 seconds.
Yeah, I think I noticed that too. There was a skipped level in Docs menu.
Okay. We had the exact same state on the board there for a moment, maybe with the right orb there for Dawn. Even knowing that you're not meant to grab this purple orb that it's holding up the world, you just get baited to go down there and grab the right orb. And like finding an answer is still hard with that knowledge, especially when these racers aren't playing from the starting position. They're playing from dead positions.
Dawn is back to the starting position. Oh, he sees it. Could be huge for Dawn.
Oh, that's actually tremendously big, yeah. You gonna solve it now, though?
Dawn needs to go back to whatever level was skipped. 2-7. This is not a hard one.
Yeah, I said that Don had the potential of doing that. Like, he's just found really unintuitive things very, very quickly, and then gotten walled in other places. This is still not acceptable, Don, and you need to make that realization, because this race, you both have 2 levels left. We got 2-7 over here, then 2-10. We got 2-9 and 2-10. I do think that Dawn has a good portion. I think the double stack here on the left is a much easier version of what Bohemico did. And he can take that lesson if he does hit the restart button. Are we allowed to play jingly music after Christmas?
Yeah, it's a thematic song. It's still Christmas season.
Yeah, I guess we got 12 more days of Christmas for.
Yeah, well, it's not time to take down the Christmas tree yet. So it's
Yeah.
legally acceptable.
Okay, this looks solved for Dawn, and that will actually be a lead change. Just needs to. Oh no, he ruined it. He can make a big old staircase though and start working on it. Huh. This doesn't look like a position that you can actually salvage. That's wild. Maybe Bohemico actually had the answer. Meanwhile, Bohemico's just in a state that he like realized a very long time ago at this point doesn't work. Okay. Don just digs through his mess, and we'll see what 2-10 is.
Last level.
One of our quicker racers said that this was the level that walled them. Couldn't wall them too much, but 6 orbs. I think that's by far the most we've seen. Instinctually, FFAO, what's the order that you want to do these in if when you first like saw this level?
I'm probably the worst person to ask, but I mean, natural instinct is to go from top to bottom because it's harder to go up than to go down.
Yeah. And the annoying thing is, like, if you look at Don's spot here, like, you can get this last now, but like, to try and do what he's doing and like dig through it and get it now, seems like a lot of work. You can make a diving board again. There we go. We learned lessons. Okay, 2 out of 6 done. And presumably this is going to be number 4. In his mind, this would be number 5. This would be number 6. Nope. Well, dude.
Probably realizing that he needs to
yeah.
break the... Yes.
Yes, this is the issue, because you definitely can't break it coming in this way, which means you need to drop stuff on it. And he clogged up that pit quite tremendously earlier. This game scares me. I'm like looking at these 6 blocks. I'm like, can you destroy all this? And I think the answer is yes, but like, I don't want to go up there and try and destroy it, spend 2 minutes of my life to find out that no, I've actually just put myself in an unwinnable position.
I mean, I think I just kick things from the left. And that
Yeah.
destroys everything. Exactly what Bohemico's doing.
Yeah, Bohemico snuck some tangible progress there. Well, I wasn't paying attention.
One more block to break that. Yeah. Dude.
This looks a lot better, just because he's already removed this block. He needs to drop blocks from up here, but he's learned the lesson too. And I think this is going to be a solve. I think this is going to be a race win.
Yeah, this looks like a solve.
Like, he's learned the same lessons.
Break that.
Gonna drop here.
Drop a
Yeah,
block.
solve
Break
it.
that. Kick it.
Bohemico
GG.
pulls what? Yeah, Don was clearing these levels really quickly, or slowly. Bohemico was generally just turtling along, just making constant progress. But when push comes to shove, Bohemico shows he didn't need more than a minute to beat the final level of this incredibly difficult game. Brilliant stuff here. It looks like this is a level that's giving, like, Don has got the block here and has probably learned the lesson to do it on every other thing. He should be finishing up here relatively quickly, but big GG's. Bohemico just clutched that out at the very end.
Got into the same state that Don had, but Don didn't realize that was solvable. Overtook at the last second.
Yeah, and here we see Don's learned the lesson to just slight variations on a theme to make sure that you drop a block before you jump down. Imagine this game without undos. We do have Bohemico ready for an interview, and I'm excited to hear if he enjoyed this game or hated it, because I think those are the only 2 options. Hello, Bohemico. Big GG's, man. That was such a good race and a great performance by you. How'd you feel?
Oh man, I feel like my brain has been squeezed.
How long did it take in the race? Like, what level or how many minutes did it? And you feel like, oh no, my brain is at 100% capacity, and please don't put more things in front of me.
Hello.
Is that a soundboard, or did your computer just crash? Because that was.
Oh, sorry. I had the stream and I heard double, and I still heard someone talking. My bad. Yeah. So the level I was like, I'm done with this, was 2-5. The one that had like the ball down, and I was like, this is my limit. Then 2-9 came through. Bad times, absolutely. I kind of had that epiphany that was like, I have these two different conditions. On one side, there's a block that can fall, so that's the solution. And from this side, I have two on the upside, so I'm not sure why. It means I have to go up. It turns out I didn't. It was like uh, a trick to make me think the solution was elsewhere.
Yeah, you guys won't know this, but this was one of the like closest, most exciting races we've had this MT so far. And it was really curious, like the two different styles, for lack of a better word. Bohemico, you were in, if we're gonna use a turtle and hare, you were like consistently getting through levels, while DraconicDon was either blasting through a level immediately or getting uh, walled, for lack of a better term. Um, did you guys feel like this race was gonna be over? Like, uh, did you like at any point feel like a level was just defeating you and that you weren't ever gonna beat it?
Definitely.
I don't think I got to that hopeless point, but I knew that I was going to get to a point where it's just like there's like one thing that just didn't click, and I think it was in was it like 2-7, yeah, where I just didn't think to make the ice block longer.
Yeah, I think like we could point at quite a few levels that like gave you guys trouble. 2-7 was a weird one, Don, because you were like dropping the things down and kicking them down, and we're like, both of them were sitting on spikes for a fair bit, and we were concerned because they weren't like kickable. For Bohemico, it was 2-9 is the most recent one. Um, and I believe the solution, at least it was provided by chat, though I think I missed it both times from you guys, was to not take the middle orb and use it as part of your bridge.
Yeah,
Dawn got
correct.
this immediately and just like kicked it away. But with you sitting there, Bohemico, completing 2-9 and then just immediately understanding 2-10. I don't really have a question. I'm just like really impressed by your clutch out, both on defeating a wall and then finishing that last level, because Dawn was very much on 2-10 at that point too.
Yeah, the I have this perception of games of brute forcing everything. If something is breakable, I have to break it, and I have to think of the way that breaking it will be the best. So 210 was just right up my alley, whereas 29 was using a consumable as a stepping stone to something else.
Yeah, and they couldn't be bothered to teach you that mechanic in a level earlier, sure. With the game overall, this has been an MT previously. You guys actually have really healthy times. This was in MT16, and it resulted in a timeout and went over the 90-minute time limit. So that you guys both finished here just over an hour is impressive. But with this very difficult game, did you enjoy it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I did. I wished for this MT to have less puzzles and more bullet hells. Not having fun so far. Yeah, fun. Yeah, I'm having fun. Not having luck so far. But yeah, I do enjoy racking my brain with puzzles. I just don't really like it doing it fast. I don't think I'm a fast puzzler.
No, I mentioned it earlier with other than 210, which you just absolutely trounced when it mattered most. It was really interesting. I think you guys will both enjoy the VOD if you do decide to watch it, because just the way that the race went, where actually you had a decent lead for a portion of it, but Bohemico and then Dawn just like rattled off 2-1, 2-2, 2-3, and brought it back. It was very back and forth and great. Big GGs, you beat a good game, you put up a good time, and it can't get any harder than this, right? You're going further into the brackets. This was winner's side, so you both have games. They don't get much harder than Glassmaker Glabis, right?
I don't know.
I'm just trying to jinx it. I know what I'm putting into the pool. And Bohemico, you don't want any of my submissions. I promise you that.
No, last year I played. I have it around here. Let me check. I played. I don't have it. Molobo, something like that, which is also a platformer about pushing ice and breaking it on the floor. And I had it. Yeah, that one. Boo. I had such a bad time with it. It was much harder than this.
I will wager you this. I don't think you win this race if you hadn't already played that.
Yeah, definitely. It gave me a kickstart.
One last thing, guys. I'm going to compliment your profile pictures. Gen 1 Jigglypuff versus Nose is a top tier matchup, and I appreciate your good taste. With that, FFAO, anything else you want to add?
Not for me, no.
Do you want to show us a screen of what's coming up in the future?
Yeah. Doesn't look like I have anything more for today. Tomorrow we have 2 matches lined up. Lost Forwards versus Arc Bliss at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, and Brambles versus Hopscotch right after at 8 p.m.
Shambles versus Hodgepodge is such a good matchup. It's exciting.
Yeah, this is gonna be a good match. I'm excited for that. So, and join us tomorrow if you're also excited for that.
Yeah. If we can have two races a day, Ponoob will be a happy boy. Again, to our racers, you made a very tough game look only quite tough, and big GGs. What a race. And to everybody who's joined us here today, be it on Twitch or on YouTube, thank you. We put this up and I think played 90, 95, and we're going to be casting them all. We do also restream the few races that are at times that nobody can pick them up. So we'll be here. You can give it a follow and you can see more. See you guys later.
Sure. See
Later.
ya. Thank you. GG done.
GG's.
Good race, GG's, everyone, and see you again tomorrow.